You're listening to Turi Writers' She Said What podcast. I'm Turi, along with Marcy Persky. Lots of other podcasts talk about drugs. We almost never do, but today's the day. Also, the podcast is now available on YouTube. So if you want to sit at your desk and look like you're doing something really important, you can, and listen to the podcast at the same time. Remember those horrible posters with like terrified kittens clawing onto bars, and it would say hang in there, baby? Yeah. There was a whole industry. I think
it was really bad.
I think this
war is not good for children and other living things.
Probably if you were stoned, which I never was, you could spend a lot of time looking at the details of that. But
I actually have a good stoner story for you.
Okay. I just want to note, though, that a lot of those posters were available at office supply stores, which really told you all you needed to know.
They might still be. Who knows? So yesterday, I was having a lot of pain in my right arm.
Otherwise known as the surgery site.
That's right. The multi-surgery site. The surgery site was bugging me. So I took a pain pill, didn't help. And then I remembered, Frankie got me some gummy candies from the weed store that's supposed to help with pain.
Perfectly legal.
And I'm going to school you for a minute because I'm sure you don't know this.
I don't know.
But the main two kinds are indica, which means that's the bottom line. Like you want to melt. It means couch. You don't want to get up and move around. And then sativa is the one when you want to have pep and go and I'm going to go drive under the influence and do things. So I ate an indica gummy thinking that this is going to be my be-all, cure-all without thinking about the last time I ate an indica gummy. And so the first thing was I was watching I don't know if you have these like weird TV channels that show really old stuff, like shows that weren't necessarily even funny. A lot of black and white TV and a lot of like, Green Acres, kind of Beverly Hillbillies, those kind of shows.
There is one of those, the channels. I think it's called Me TV or something like that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I had on. I accidentally turned on Me TV. And first thing, I caught myself laughing at like the Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah.
And I went, oh my gosh, I think I'm stoned, right? And so then the next stage was, I am way too stoned. I can't move out of this couch. I was into couch, like just couldn't move. Then was the deadly third stage of this gummy. I started to eat and I could not stop eating. It was non-stop, super munchies, Fig Newtons. I ate all of Eve's hidden chocolate bars for her secret s'mores. I have to remember to go buy more for her before she finds out. I ate a bag of stale potato chips. I had like a huge bowl of grapefruit pieces. From probably 7 until 10 when I finally went to bed, I was shoving crap in my mouth. And today, my stomach is so sick. So that's my stoner story.
That's how it works. You don't feel your arm anymore because your stomach hurts so much.
Well, my arm hurts today, too, from shoving food in my mouth with my right arm because the left arm wasn't moving fast enough.
You know me, ever the problem solver here. And I wouldn't know because as you know, I do not take drugs at all, really. I just like the second glass of wine, and that's enough for me. And
I don't drink wine.
And that's rare anyway. So, but what I was going to say...
I have to make a sign and hang it up that says, makes you eat uncontrollably. Put it on the fridge.
So wanting to be helpful...
Yes.
As you know that I prefer to be helpful... What if the problem here wasn't what you had, but just how much of it you had? So you could do like a surgical operation on your gummy and maybe just eat his head in one sitting and then just eat like a paw.
That was my original idea, was to eat half of it. but it tasted really good. I had to eat the other half. It's like elderberry flavor or something. I don't know.
Okay, so then here's my other thought then.
Yeah.
And
cut
you
'em
need
all
to
in
be
half.
really, 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 really careful to make sure you don't make a mistake here. But you get the indica, as in I'm learning, in the couch gummy, and you perform surgery on it. And then to make yourself satisfied, you buy a bag of the organic fruit gummy bears that you can have all you want. So you have the little bit of the one that Frankie brings you, and then like a little baby
That's
bird,
true.
you open up your little gullet and eat the other kind.
The good, the good part of all of this is
Yes. What
that
is? There's a good
all
wait, there's a good part to all of
there is a
this?
good part.
I can't think of
Anything
what
that
it
you
is. What is it?
anything that you go buy
Yeah.
at the Devil's Lettuce store,
Wait, what?
is
The
child
Devil's
food.
Lettuce store?
Haven't you ever heard of the Devil's Lettuce? That's marijuana.
Oh no, I thought there was like some brand name of
No,
like
no,
Ralph's
it would
or
make a good
Vaughn's or
name though.
Devil's Lettuce.
No, that's one of the.
I'm so clueless. I think I knew more about goats.
There's
Yeah, okay, got it. I didn't know.
lamb's breast,
I
Devil's Lettuce.
didn't know.
They are all childproof, and I can't open a single one of them.
Good.
So I have to have someone's permission around the house. I say, will you open this for me?
Oh, that's a crock because you know what you'll do. You'll just take them out of that bottle and put them in one of those million little containers you have everywhere.
Well, no, because I don't want them to get hard. Just
Well,
keep some soft.
You can get. Oh, now
Chewy.
I feel bad. I'm enabling you. You just put them in a mason jar with a screw on top, for Pete's sakes. A little one of those little bitty tiny
Yeah,
mason jars.
baby food jar.
Yeah.
See, now you've just enabled me.
I'm
Now I can go
I'm
take them whenever I
sorry.
want.
Just get a little surgical knife. No. Don't use a knife. Forget that.
Yeah.
Take
I
a
got
little
cut right here.
plastic picnic knife and cut it into little bitty pieces, and make sure that before you take any of them, you have a bag of really tasty organic fruit flavored regular gummies. Or
and
you,
put a post-it note that says "Will make you eat uncontrollably" on the bottle.
well, maybe not if you just have the core. I just want you to be pain
Yes.
free. Yeah. So did it work while you were busily
Yeah, it didn't
eating?
hurt.
Oh, okay.
Didn't hurt. Today it hurts, and so does my stomach. But
Wait,
been
does
like-
this stuff make you paranoid too? This indica?
No,
stuff?
no.
Oh, okay.
No.
I'm glad it doesn't make you paranoid. The paranoia level is fairly high with you anyway.
yes,
So you'll remember my talented friend in LA who married a guy with a drug problem, divorced the guy, and kept the drug problem.
yeah.
Well, he made a huge success of himself in LA, and all of it went away over a period of about 2 years. But one of the tip-offs, after he'd lost his palatial home, he found a beautiful apartment, and I went to visit him in his beautiful apartment. I didn't quite understand what paranoia on meth could really look like until I started hearing that Dick Cheney had been sneaking into his apartment and stealing his laptop.
Well, Dick Cheney hasn't been here. I can assure you, Dick Cheney has been nowhere on this blank storm of awesomeness ranch property.
Well, I'm glad to hear it, because when someone looks you straight in the face and tells
Yeah.
you with all earnestness that Dick Cheney came into his house and stole his laptop and took it to some far remote portion of the suburbs of this city, and that it was a great deal of effort to get it back again, I'm thinking the only reason he would go to one of those far suburbs of this big city is to buy more meth. So no,
Yeah.
I don't believe I didn't say that. I didn't say
No,
anything.
there's other paranoias around here, but that definitely is not one.
I said, can I buy you lunch? Can I take you out for lunch? You look like you haven't eaten in a while. Let me buy you some lunch. But it's weird when someone is completely out of their mind and you have to just pretend. Have you ever had this happen where someone's just completely
No.
out of their mind and you have to pretend that they're not out of their mind?
I more like try to convince people they are.
Out of their
I had
minds?
one of the girls got really scared last night because something was running in circles around. With the girls live in, they have fifth wheels out back,
Right.
which are big trailers for people who don't know.
Okay.
And something was running around in circles, so she got out of bed, looked, it was gone. Then she heard it again. Well, the cows were here last night with their babies. There's like 3 little tiny cows. And we also had deer last night with their babies. So there were like baby animals running all over the place last
They don't
night.
sleep? These cows don't sleep? I didn't know
They
that.
do sleep.
Oh.
They do, but they sleep a lot during the day, especially when it's sunny out.
Ah. These cows sound like my friend the meth addict.
They like to lay underneath the trees. But yes, last night everything was very active outside. And she had either a calf or a fawn running circles around her trailer, trying to get back to mom, I suppose.
So did you come out and help her and calm her down?
Yeah, I told her it was demons.
You're so nice. People think that I'm the mean one, but you're just so nice.
Here was the sweet revenge, though. Another thing that's really dangerous out here.
Snakes?
Well, there's snakes, there's rats, there's tarantulas, all kinds of things.
They're not rats and tarantulas are not dangerous. Snakes? Dangerous.
But they're all dangerous to me because they'll all make me lose control of every body function.
Right. Yeah.
But my paranoia kicks in whenever I see a milk crate or something upside down, because I know that means that the child has captured something underneath said milk crate. And it has been tarantulas before. It has been snakes before. I told you about the rat that she gave first aid to and let it go. And so I'm going out because I needed to wake her up. I was afraid she was going to oversleep today. And here's this upside down milk crate. And it totally 100% kept me from going up to her gate and actually opening it up.
It's like a cattle gate. It doesn't look like much. It goes across the road. It just looks like kind of a sieve across your road. And yet a whole herd of cattle will be stopped by one of these things. You're telling me, if I understand you correctly,
an upside down milk crate.
One upside down milk crate just sort of randomly placed, and you will not, almost like it's one of those invisible fences that shocks the dog collar.
Maybe I should do that in front of my refrigerator. That might be a good weight loss.
Only if you're going around biting the heads off indica gummy bears.
Yeah. Yeah, so it turns out that it was just the 50-mile-an-hour winds blew it across from someplace and it landed upside down.
Well, what do you need milk crates for anyway?
Put stuff in. I don't know.
I
don't know. I don't know where the milk crate came from.
Stole it from a 7-Eleven. That's where it came from. That's where that's the source of all. I know that theoretically there's supposed to be a factory that makes milk crates, but I have vivid memories of many, many years ago furnishing my place by hanging around the back of the 7-Eleven and just absconding with milk crates.
Well, that's where I think these came from years when I was in college. That's how old these are.
Yeah.
And some of them do hold art supplies.
But you never know. So this is the difference between the city and the country where you live. When you told me that milk crates make you very nervous, I thought, oh, she worries that someone is standing on a milk crate looking in her windows and trying to figure out a way to get into her house, because that's what I would worry about if I saw an upside down milk crate. I would wonder.
See, out here, you just merely open the door.
And
we don't
walk right in, sit right down.
Nothing's locked out here ever.
Yeah.
As I'm telling the whole world, come on in.
Well, I was listening to one of those true crime podcasts because I had to clean my office. So this is kind of my version of the indica gummy bear.
Yeah.
If I have to do something really unpleasant, like clean out my office, then I listen to mindless true crime podcasts. And this particular true crime podcast takes place in Wyoming. They're interviewing some witness, and he says, so we knocked on the door, but then we just walked in. Wait a minute, someone's interrupting me here with a message. Uh-oh. I'm being asked if I would like the crazy person in the class to come into our study group.
Uh-oh.
The study
How do
group
you say no?
from my Spanish. Well, it's my damn fault. I opened up my mouth. I told you this a couple weeks ago, where the teacher, this is all happening on Zoom, asked if we were all practicing independently.
Yeah.
And not to look like a bad student, I put up my hand and said, yes, I practice with Laura every week. So, oh, you should invite everybody. Everybody should be. I'm like, oh, crapola.
So how do you tell the crazy person no?
What you say is, it's just for 2 people. That's all. Kind of like people who buy little sports cars so they don't have any more room. I purposely bought a sports car with a back seat when I bought my fancy car because it's the snow belt. And I thought, what if someone has a roadside emergency and I can't get them
And you
out
have
of
to
there.
pull them out.
No, I just thought if I have to get them out of somewhere and
It's
move,
so kind of you.
I
I'd say in the
honestly-
trunk.
Yeah. You would put them in the trunk because you're the nice one. You're so nice.
Yes, I am.
You're so nice. Assuming you've come this far because you enjoy the podcast, may we recommend my book, She Said What? A Life on the Air. It's available at your neighborhood bookstore or on Amazon. And if you're feeling especially generous, please leave the podcast a good review. Thanks.